My handstand journey started about 5 years ago. It was something new and fresh, and it was the first time that I ever trained myself to do a strength skill. The cool thing about a strength skill is you're taking your body from not being able to do a position or a movement to being able to do it and then refining it to do it better and better. For most people, fitness is all about doing more reps or doing more weight. But to teach your body to do something new that you couldn't do last year is very rewarding. Developing a handstand does not happen on accident. It takes a lot of hard work and consistency. Today I'm going to share with you some tips that will make your handstand journey a lot smoother. And trust me, this journey is worth the ride. So if you're anything like me, your ego will tell you that you can just do a handstand. And you're going to keep trying over and over again, and you're going to get nowhere. Even if you're able to find a few seconds floating on your hands, you're not going to be developing a strong handstand. When you are a beginner to even intermediate level, the best place that you can be is on the wall. The best way to use the wall is the chest facing the wall handstand. The chest to wall handstand requires you to keep a good straight body line and to fully lock out the shoulders overhead. The best cues to follow are to push the ground away hard through your hands and your shoulders, to point your toes, and to squeeze your butt and your core muscles. The chest to wall handstand is one of the main movements in our Move Strong Now program because it develops overhead, shoulder, and scapula strength while also acting as a mobility tool to help you open up your shoulders in the overhead position on a fixed spine and rib cage. If you're really taking your handstand seriously, link in description to Move Strong Now. Let's go over some common mistakes. Oftentimes, if you're lacking mobility or stability in your shoulders, you'll compensate by overarching your lower back and sticking your butt out. To correct this, press the ground firmer. Squeeze the core and butt muscles harder to get that neutral spine. Another common mistake is not getting the shoulder locked off overhead. Notice that my shoulder angle is not straight. To correct this, firmly press into the ground, lock your elbows out, and shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. Oftentimes, a combination of mobility and strength can be what's holding you back. There's many different stretches you may come across in your handstand journey, but the hang is by far the simplest and can be the most significant. If you have trouble pushing those shoulders all the way overhead, I recommend starting your training session with a few sets of hangs. Pull your rib cage down and relax the shoulders upwards. Let the shoulder and shoulder blade be pulled up towards the ear. Build up time here with the goal to be 1 minute of passive hanging. When you feel comfortable, you can start to move the position of your torso and your shoulder blades and incorporate some light swinging. Once you're feeling more stable in the handstand, it's time to start practicing kicking up to a freestanding handstand. But once again, the wall is still your friend. I find kicking up into a freestanding handstand with a little bit of assistance from the wall creates a lot of confidence moving forward. A very nice place to start is by splitting the legs with one in front and one behind you. This allows you to counterbalance, and you can use that leg behind you to lightly touch on the wall. Once you have sufficient amount of shoulder strength, the main thing to add is the balancing component. You can't brute force your way through balance. It's a much finer skill and it takes focus and concentration. And because this is more of a skill than just straight strength, you can practice it more frequent. If you're really serious about learning the handstand, I recommend doing short sessions of kick-up balancing like I'm doing here, anywhere from 4 to 5 times a week. As you gain more confidence, you can use the wall less and less. Sometimes you'll find that you'll kick up and you'll float for a while without using the wall at all. Damn, that feels good. Let us recap. Chest to wall handstand will develop the strength, body line, and mobility needed to hold the handstand. Use hanging to open up the shoulders and spine. And finally, start exploring the freestanding handstand while using the wall for a little bit of assistance. The great part about the handstand is it's a lifelong journey. There's always something that you can improve. You can make your handstand straighter. You can hold for longer. You can develop new shapes and new skills out of the handstand. I recommend taking the ride. And if you're looking for a program that develops your handstand along with other bodyweight, strength, and mobility skills, I recommend checking out Move Strong now. Link in description. I appreciate you spending your time. Make sure to subscribe. Y'all know, this is Strength Side.